matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law.
Suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Torkonuu urges ECOWAS court to order Ghana to pay her $10 million as compensation for moral and reputational damages suffered as a result of her suspension.
This is a clear indication that she's lost the fight. Yes, she's not coming back. I've told you several times. It was not for nothing that Article 146 was put in place, and it's instructive. 146 no send it no you want to mean fact in chain and conchen it's straightforward. And she rather must pay respect to the committee, attend the committee meeting, stop these suits, and then let the outcome be laid public, and then we will see whether she was guilty or not guilty, rather than running to courts. What are you running to go and tell the courts about? That you didn't travel with your daughter and your husband, you didn't pay them per diem, or what are you talking about? You didn't give your contracts to your daughters. Please, conflict of interest. And Lucy, integrity begets integrity. You understand? Yes, integrity begets integrity. When we're shouting the integrity of the courts at the time, as if citizens were talking too much. So you see, the judiciary is on a reset when it comes to integrity. The person who is even acting, what's his name? Paul Bafuboni. Yeah. When you see him in public, you see that, yeah, this is justice. This is balanced justice. Yeah. It's written on his face. When you see him, when you see even Gabo Palmwine Scott, the one who chairs the committee, you see his face, you see that, no, this is a justiciable character. This one is not a biased person. You understand? So please, like I said, truthfulness in the judiciary, when we're crying that certain justices or certain, what do you call it, that were coming out of the court were not in line with general thinking of the public and other things. Yes, 7-0 and 5-0. No, we're afraid. You understand? So the truthfulness of the courts was important. Today, you are running helter-skelter crying that the courts that you just left in just some few seconds, you have just been suspended, is not a truthful court. And the people you were even working with, who you empaneled to do work for you at the time, are not truthful persons. You understand? You are talking about Gabriel Palmwine Scott. You met him. He was there in 2015. You met him. You were jumped to become Chief Justice. He didn't complain. He worked with you. Today, when he's been made committee to sit on your case, you are crying foul. But you're empaneling him to do work for the state. Then you talk about openness. Madam, you yourself, you are not open. Look at the facts of the case. You yourself, don't you know that the net has caught up with you? You just come and apologize to the state and step aside, and let's see whether we can do something with you, because you have some knowledge, whether we can send you to Winneba to go and be MP for MPP and go and remove Afenyo marking. You understand? We can put you to some good use. But this trying to, go around and trying to fish out the law, the ECOWAS court to cry no Ojirani Naso. Who are those at the ECOWAS court? Bibisao, I'm asking you. ECOWAS court in Ojirani Naso. Even the AU court. On court the Hague, on two coin. Non court the Hague. No, you see, you were there, we were telling you, you were pleasing your appointor, the person who put you there.
The law.
You were making, when we were saying these things, you told us that, no matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. Today, you see the cacophony of unreading noises you are rather making. Today you ran to the High Court. You don't know where to go to. Then you ran to ECOWAS Court. Another day you ran to the Supreme Court. So you rather are making a reading of unreasoned noises and disturbing everybody. You think you know the law better than everybody. When you made Chief Justice, you're on top of the law. You're holding a state sword. You thought Bono, now you're struggling. You are struggling. Even the lawyers you pick, when we mention some of them, their names, I have to run under the table. They are empty-headed lawyers. I don't want to even give them grace here. You understand? They cannot defend you. Madam, humbly resign and apologize to the state.
Where we are now, there's no way she can resign.
That's what I'm saying. Humbly tell that I thank you for the opportunity given me to serve as Chief Justice. Then I've been suspended. I know the matter will not end well. I'm a lawyer myself. I've engaged. So thank you. Let me go home. Because when you want to go there with your husband. Was your husband Chief Justice? I'm asking you, when you're making those errors, was he by you? You have to face the thing yourself. All those things you are asking for, that's what I'm saying. It's a cacophony of reading noises that she talked about. And me, I don't come along with her analogy. Rather, this is what it is. The law is the law is the law. She has been caught up. Third participle. Amole. Law and mole. Hey, law, you see, when you say the law is the law, it means that you uphold it. Yeah. You hold it upon yourself. Now the law is the law is the law. It means that somebody, the state, is more superior than you and is holding you in check. It's Mugabe. Onuna Semidia, whether she runs to ECOWAS for $50 million, I don't know how ECOWAS is going to calculate this compensation. She says she has been a lawyer for 38 years and has been on the bench for 23 years. So what? You don't know what mistake can make all that thing useless and empty and now. It's a bono.
If I will be an end of service benefit, yeah, the man.
Yeah, farm out. It's Mugabe. No, be Sammy. Say, at someone, Mika, and maybe. I so West Wagonu. The Bisa say, you are some George, then no Koya Wahonu. I'll ask the same question, say, how I come sin. Then no free as one of Bessin Ko, Ablekumanda Feko, yeah, then or Doko Tatin. What did the Mikana say? She's noted for political notoriety to do on everybody's eyes, and she was holding pepper spray. And a gentleman from Fadamanu who did the national saving diving. This why I call it a national saving diving. He dived to save the state from an election eruption that would have gotten dirty and mecca. She brought in macho men. I see a bonabasu. It is here protecting your identity. Debbie, Obi Anfetu Anko. And a chair Berman wording out Nimun Tokwa. What will not do? I'm saying, look at the distance, Ojina. Munyi look at distance, Ojina or Tono. Just to get to the target, the pepper spray, and then disarm the woman, and then seize the pepper spray and destroy it from getting to many more people. You ask, what a header and what a heroic occasion. So the boy, somebody who says a stubborn hero, but he's a national hero because he saved what Hawa Kumsi was bringing, which is an untold story. And American, it is an untold bloody story. In India, why any signature that Kaswa in Tianka boy no and yet your na. Akamunya, we think of a call near the Yamuja Bayo. Mimi, hey, challenge you know how people run elter skelter. Then somebody see what they are saying to that killers were, but when in American, a rabbi waba, also Uncle Biamum, she should bring the constituency together. She's already on a net board, Okita drink, papa, and the president must see to use the knowledge she has. I wish her well. Her security must be intact always 24 hours. Baby, could be a money buy because a town for yes. Yeah. Oh yes, so for that I can take you to the house. Madam for Harold, Madam for her, we can go together and go and bring him. If national security, if he wants to change. Debbie, he saved. The intention was to save the situation, seize the pepper spray, and stop the eruption of violence. And the violence at the police station.
I think say pepper spray be sad. Say baby Ojinano, the way the woman was spraying, she was spraying it like few all over few. Did you see it? There was a slow motion of it.
Yeah.
You see, I think say be sano. Ebi kano ho. Ebi kano no. Eno di ebufu. They jump in.
Good intention. But let me say the others. It was a good intention. Because you know the danger of the pepper spray. When it enters people's eyes, it could disrupt the elections.
Yeah.
So this is of good intent.
Yeah, because
that I have fighting skills. I can disarm the woman.
No. Honestly, a reaction. Honestly, Mimi Wahona pepper spray. Myself. Pepper spray be calm. I would defend myself. I would even dive longer. There's something in physics. They say there's an equal to every action. To every action, there's a reaction. Baby dreaming because a guy didn't attack it. Guy Rojani baby dreaming. Now who spray through nebi kana. Ebi kana no se pepper spray na shishini.
When you cry the better
so they before and they dive. Yeah. He didn't intend
to disarm the woman and take the pepper spray.
The guy didn't intend to go and attack her. Say no 1990 hosa. But me sure say baby Ojinano, he was in the line of the pepper spray. And that's exactly what would have happened. Uncle how say no or the tone call because she's known for carrying guns around.
Yes.
She got the name Kaswa Rambo not for any reason because she's violent.
Yeah.
She's violent, and violence begets violence. And she got what she got. So I hope that how Akumsi you have learned a lesson from what happened. Dia kas went to me, ablekuma baya wabe.
How Akumsi goes to the hospital. The Fadu Frikanishi police station. Mustafa Bande and the car man. Mustafa did very well.
Mustafa was blaming himself. Mustafa was not on the job.
Yes, he ran away. He was with the back. Can he come there? On the bomb, I'll bet you about.
Mommy can actually fonte. Oh, and this is for the Denico hospital.
Yes, I imagine.
Akumsi now that and this is for
Nasi.
because we didn't allow anything
Ebutro said that in a person you be bonu kesi. Me say na me yamashi me say oh mami pa.
No pepper spray no ko ji o.
I said there. Amashi anti. I want pepper spray the car omu nyina no. O me man one blow the take. What I say? Who to be spray me? Na me say it will be me the car me be man one blow na me ati me can me tia one step eh.
Nyona le. Bawumia ko kosa ne nim na ho.
Ho na.
Asa zuma wadi blows.
Anyway, because it's
so just do justice.
But you know, we were telling her that the judiciary is not all that it is supposed to be, and she didn't listen. Now she's tasting her own setup.
Bitter lesson.
She's tasting her own setup. What she pretended over.
Bitter lesson.
That we were talking against. That we kept crying. That we are experiencing injustice at the judiciary. And see, as Chief Justice, do something about it. She told us the law is the law. And there's nothing she can do about it. And see, unfortunately, no. Quina, you laid the bed, you will lie in it.
Exactly.
You laid the bed, you will lie in it.
Don't you put gravels on it.
You will lie in the gravels. If she had ensured that the people at the bench had integrity and were doing the right thing, she herself would have also experienced the same integrity and justice from them. But you see, she has taken a lot of injunctions and motions. She's filed a lot of injunctions and motions. That is all being thrown out. So now she's feeling that she's not getting justice. You know, but the law is the law. Like she said.
Nothing has changed.
And see, if they feel that a committee has been set up that is looking into your matter, but yet you keep filing injunctions to stop the committee from working, the court can't do that. The committee that has been set up has been sanctioned by the president himself, and it should be allowed to do its work. But she's trying to stop the committee from working, and that is why she has filed all these injunctions and motions, and then she's been holding press conferences accusing government of even the location of where the hearing is being held, alluding to the fact that the location had her uncle who was murdered, and so forth and so forth on, which was really, it didn't work in her favor, because I think she was expecting some form of sympathy, but she didn't get the sympathy she wanted from the people of Ghana. Because like I said in the beginning, the people of Ghana experienced a lot of injustice at your hands as Chief Justice. They saw how the judiciary was being run, to the extent that when a case goes to court, we could guess, we could predict how the outcome was going to go. 7-0, unanimous 7. So it was under her tenure that the Supreme Court or judiciary got the nickname unanimous 7, which is very unfortunate, because our judiciary should be sacred. It should be held in high esteem with integrity. So our judiciary shouldn't even be mocked, and that's why I feel uncomfortable talking about this subject. But so for her to go to the ECOWAS court, it tells us that she now herself doesn't even believe or trust the system anymore, because she's now experiencing it. So all the shouting we did, that madam, do something about the judiciary, let it be neutral, let it, she never listened. So now that she's experiencing it, I'm glad that she's now seeing what we were talking about. And as for the committee, it must continue its work, because it's
so much.
Yeah, it must continue its work. No, because who say you can't rush through such a hearing. It means that you rush it. What about if you rush and then you find her guilty and she's not? So they must dot all their I's and cross all their T's to make sure that, because it's any life that is at stake right now. Her reputation is at stake. But to sue the state $10 million in an ECOWAS court, if she believed in the system, why didn't she go to our Supreme Court to go and sue the state that she has jumped the jurisdiction.
System.
She has jumped the jurisdiction. If you feel that some reputational damage has been done to you, and you want justice to be done to correct that, go to our. You have to exhaust our legal system before you go outside our legal system, Mugabe. But she hasn't exhausted our legal system because, like I said, she doesn't even believe in our legal system anymore. She doesn't believe in the same system that we're telling her that, madam, this our legal system is letting us down. You are the Chief Justice. You can call for reforms. Call your judges to order. Your judges don't have to give judgments because it's coming from the people who appointed them. The Constitution protects judges to the extent that if I appoint you as a judge, I have to, until I retire, the president can't sack me unless I do something that is bad. So these judges are protected by the Constitution. So they did not owe any allegiance to the appointing authorities. But we saw in this country how MPP lawyers were appointed to Court of Appeal, to High Court, and to the Supreme Court, and they felt that they felt even my own former lecturer, Professor Dr. Slim guy, he's on the bench right now. National Communication Authority, NCA. Yes, he was their lawyer. Yeah. No, so all these are known MPP people, and unfortunately, when they got there, they felt that they owed allegiance to their appointing authority and to their party because they are known MPP. But like I said, the Constitution protects judges, so you didn't need to do that. You should have let your conscience and your integrity do the work.
Very well.
So when your conscience and the integrity do the work, you know that no matter who comes, they will get justice. But not in the case where everybody was shouting injustice. But
this man, jumping.
Two seniors. Jumping. So I think even amongst them, even amongst the senior lawyers, they felt embittered. Say and that's the reason why she should have proven herself. Say, I'm here because I'm qualified and I'm competent and I can do the job, but not to please the person who appointed her, because what we saw was mostly, her body language was mostly. Yes. Then we knew they were going to throw her, and then you see, she gave them the opportunity to be mocking NDC lawyers. Your corner, they throw it away. Then the MPP will say, "Oh, NDC, they don't have competent lawyers." But we do have very, very highly competent senior lawyers in the NDC, of course. Yes. But because you say that a good lawyer knows the law. The best lawyer knows the judge. So the MPP people were in bed with the judges. So they were getting all the rulings and judgments in their favor. And then making fun. You don't have to go to the ECOWAS court. And by now, even some of your motions that you filed all over the place, it would have. But she must allow, if she's not guilty, she must allow if anything, the committee that has been set up to finish their job. Then you can sue for defamation. Yeah. When they find you not guilty, then you can sue them. But the committee has not finished their work. You are suing for 10 million. So when the committee comes out and says that they found you liable, the 10 million, you don't deserve it. So she has jumped the gun. She has jumped.
Media Masemti Awa, from the central region to Greater Accra, from Kaswa to Odoko, to receive a diving header. Can you imagine? I'm saying that from the central region to the Greater Accra, you understand, on the Kaswa Highway, all the way into the belly, the lion's belly, the belly of Ablikuma. Then from Kaswa to Odoko, that's exactly what I mean, to come and receive the diving header of the Yo, Mugabe, the diving header too didn't come for nothing. And the gentleman who went diving is from Fadama. I know him. I can take you to his house. And the national security must rather protect him because it was his action that rather brought peace to the place. Because the woman, how did she even come there? They were being prevented not to enter the place. And then she forcibly managed to get in. And when she got into, she was carrying a weapon. Why? Isn't pepper spray a weapon?
It is.
And what was her intention? Her intention was to disrupt that elections going on there so that all the 19 police stations will now have peace. And then they will not be able to collate. And there will be some still hanging.
Yeah.
That was the intention. So, you see, violence begets violence. Look, let me tell you. I printed this thing at dawn to read, and I brought it here. Politics in Ghana by Dennis Austin, 1946 to 1960. The Oxford Press, University Press published it. When you go through this thing, you will come to understand why that tradition is noted for political violence and how they will not change from their character, from birth, from inception. Because when Kwame Nkrumah broke away in 1947, they decided to use all forms of means to bring Kwame Nkrumah down because he had taken the shine out of them. Yeah. So if you are with them and you take the shine out of them, they try to bring trouble and disaster to you. They even bring death upon you. Why? Were they not wishing death on a rabbi? Why the violence? Why the violence? And DSP Sapon must come to explain to me, Alistair Nelson, ACP, Sapon, he must come to explain to me. He's a commander there. He must explain to all of us in a press conference how the violence even came about. Because we don't know how Akumsin got in with the tax there and then what they wanted to do, how she carried pepper spray. Nobody checked her and she got in there and all these things happened. Yeah. But Charlie, the guy who initiated the diving header, I'm sure it will go into the annals of Ghana's history as one of the best divers. The Black Star needs such people to score goals for us. You understand? When they cross the ball, we need people to dive and head and score goals so that we win the World Cup. The gentleman, that decision alone, look, because it was not for nothing. He studied the occasion and saw that he had to go in and to save the situation. But you see, this woman, Hawa Kumsin, who was brought down, who is she? She's noted for political notoriety. I mean, Kaswa, look at what she has done. She even arrested Nakoyu when she had given birth fresh and brought her to Accra police station for almost 1 week. In Cantonment police station. So she's noted for political notoriety. Even at the registration center, she shot gun. She shot into the air and other things. A weapon. And no Mugabe, my boss would have a weapon. And I make her say, in recent past,
no could defend the pepper spray no to honor. You call for his arrest. Now the pepper spray is about honey.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, he too must be called. You call him. No, that gentleman must be called and interrogated why he took that action in the national interest and then be rewarded. Because if he had sat by, that election wouldn't have gone on where it did. You understand? Because by spraying the pepper spray, we're going to disrupt the elections. And I'm saying that the woman who came there, she's noted for political notoriety all the way from Kaswa. We know what she can do and what she has been doing there. You understand? But you see, let's be careful here, Mugabe. This is a spillover after 8 years of political violence, of political vindictiveness, of a political party that thought to empower, that will stay in power forever, created a crime scene and decided to use the power forever. And now the power is not to them. So this is a spillover. It's an imagination. It's an illusion. How Akumsin thought that they were still in power. So she come and do the thing she was doing in Kaswa when they were in power. And this is the end of it. What I said, just 6 months out of power, you cannot come to your terms and believe that power has left you. You are no longer a sitting member of parliament. You must humble yourself. You say you are going for women's organizer. Is that the way to go and organize women? Mugabe, look, the diving header didn't just come. Look at the target and the distance. And look, the guy headed the breast, chest, the best portion. Yes, we must go and check. She can have a puncture of the breast. What is the maker say? Charlie, head is it was good heading, right? Head is, I'm talking about what has happened to our Akumsin. Let's deal with that before I come to the diving header itself. How Akumsin by now should be checked at the police hospital and scanned properly. She could have internal bleeding. And can Akuma bet me at once? What you say? Yes, sanity no from into the pelvic plates no mostly God gives them hips. Into the pelvic plates, no, they could be affected by the fall. What they say, no, she has a lot of medical this thing to go through UGMC for though you see Atino she's under interrogation. So yes, I didn't freak and she police station they didn't call hospital. Until police watching that until she's under interrogation just say medical OCK and I make her say those things that can happen to her. Nakuma nanka nakuma bet to me asa stop na nufu so mun check na cancer na haba na nufu breast pouches ni bi na mpa ngumu mesre baby Mugabe the electoral violence and repercussions for Ghana Mugabe and the sustenance of our democracy papa can say Mugabe and America say bomb buying to give them opportunity so a woman should not behave like this. That's what we are saying, that we want women to get in there but not this type of character, not this type of behavior, not this type of intention, not this type of woman who wants to make herself Grace Jones even stronger than men. No, you failed. And this is what I call it. Howard's great fall in Ablekuma Central, Ablekuma North. We must go and check her pelvic plates. We must check her private parts because she was stamped on the floor. And then her legs too, the pain in her legs. We must take her to the hospital and do all these things. Mugabe, I don't America, baby, I'm Chale, Ashila Antiajenche, Ona Mugabe. Kaka shimo kwa ntia sa uko jiji ponkwa uko suna uko jiji ponkwa ponko do de nine chinu o de pemu obetumi akofia ko e fa de kofia ko enti we no to musa ma be no onya kofia ko tama your head you see the guy took the decision to run and get to the woman and take the pepper spray but by the time he was getting the distance he saw that the woman was still spraying and there was a police person protecting the woman. So the only way to get to the woman was to enforce the diving header. What you say? What bubble pay? And now why wrestling pay? And now physical trainer. So distance, no, look at the distance. Yes, this one it deserves to be.
For the pepper spray.
Yes, to just put the woman down and disarm her and take the pepper spray. Yes, and take the pepper spray from her. And I'm saying this diving header, you hear Black Stars. Mugabe, say go watch our Black Stars. I'm sure you must invite this guy to teach the Black Stars how to
security way.
Yes, these are the people that
say protect you.
Yes, Mugabe to death.
Salifu Dagati.
Yes, Salifu Dagati. That's Kwame Nkrumah's bodyguard. Yes, I think the date was, if I'm right, 1964, 8th January. That was when Kwame Nkrumah was shot at. Yes, in the gardens of where today is the Jubilee House. So Kwame Nkrumah, upon hearing, they had changed the guard, but they didn't tell him. And it was the same people he had trained, he had sent away to go and train, the same police officers who changed without telling because of the intention they had against Nkrumah. So Police Constable Ametepe, he was the one who shot 8 times. And Kwame Nkrumah screamed. If you read his book, Dark Days in Ghana, he had to scream, where today is the Jubilee House. He spoke in Fanti, calling for help. So Salifu Dagati, his bodyguard, he ran to his aid. And then he used his body to save Nkrumah. And then they fell on the guy and disarmed him. By the time Salifu Dagati had been shot, so he was bleeding, he was gone. And today, I'm saying that, look, these intentions, if you read, I gave you the book, Dennis Austin's book, Politics in Ghana, 1946 to 1960. This is a copy I printed, I've done to read, to understand where the violence is coming from and where the violence is being perpetuated from. And this is a direct spillover of Nanado's 8 years, what they did when it came to elections. They killed 8 people. Yes, they killed 8 people allegedly to make Martin Kosa. 5. Yes, in Sunyani, they killed 8 people. Techiman, to make Martin Kosa allegedly an MP. They shot people in Ablekuma Central. They shot at a boy from Tankase Line in order to steal the ballot boxes. Mugabe, do you know that election we won by only 40 votes. So if they succeeded in picking that ballot box, yes, we would have lost the seat. So that guy must be remembered in Tankase Line. His family must be remembered so that they find something for them. So you see, and it is not for nothing that they do that. They have a certain logic. Look, going into Akwetia, they have made up their mind. But you understand? I'm telling you, because they know what they want to do in Akwetia. Even though they lose, they'll destroy before they lose. They used to lose against Nkrumah. So when they lose against Nkrumah, they destroy things. I'm a 50 on EB. Go and check the history. I'm saying, get this book, Politics in Ghana, and understand. Yes, yes, they'll destroy things. They'll throw bombs. They'll do things. They'll disorganize crowds and other things. This IGP. You understand? So that is their trading stock. And now that they have lost, they are so tiny in minority.
that we must not respond to them, but we must hold them in check.
Yeah.
You understand? Hold them in check so that all these nonsense that they perpetrate, all those illegalities, the things they talk about. You have somebody like Frank Anodompe, who is perpetrating violence. Go and stand at Ablekumanov. Who Frank Unkuntokwada? Who are University of Cape Coast? Who Nyadi Unkuntokwada? Yenye Bon who buy now we news president. Then you go and stand somewhere. Then you be boasting.
Right?
I know him. Me, I was his campaign manager before he became news president at University of Cape Coast. You can call him and ask him. I know him. I know Frank Anodompe. When I see him, some of the things he does, I sit back and I shudder. Because you come from a humble home. Your father is just a simple police officer who had about 2 or 3 wives. So you didn't grow up from a rich home. Yes, today if you're an MP and you have all the largesse, Jessica Unya, you're a member of ECG board. Look at the opportunity this state has given to you. For you, former. Is that the way you behave? You speak violence when it comes to elections? I'm disappointed, Frank Anodompe. I am disappointed. You should change your ways. And I'm telling you at the next elections in Isawam, if you win, I'll be disappointed with the people of Isawam because they must change you. You are not fit for purpose. The same thing when it comes to Afenyo Markins. They are always preaching violence.
Your good friend.
He is your friend. He's your friend. You know him. Charlie, I'm telling you, such young persons who have come into national politics, they sit back. Some of them, Mugabe, when you go to their offices, I'm telling you, some of them, when you enter their offices, you ask where they got the money from to even rent the place and put up such offices. I'm telling you, they're stealing our money. Indirectly, we don't know how they manage to get into political opportunity and do so, and don't shut up. When they get the opportunity to look at how Akumsi, where is she coming from? How did she even become fisheries minister?
From Bimbila.
No, me a new girl for. And I mean, can I say, oh, na Bimbila send me papa or Ibn Chambers and Yahoo free. It's the papa. Bimbila. Mugabe, you ask where did she get all the money from? And where is the power that she was using to insult people and denigrate people when they were in power? Where was she getting that power from? She went out to go and log the sea. Boba Anyansho. No more people Boba Anyansho. Oda can show Bule Obo. Come on, so Atumunu. Satan Pona Namunu Pie, Upako Cheki. And Namunu Samu de Abonim Sawumba. What to Muncho, now everybody will ask. Because look, the vigilante groups that are talking, that have been disbanded and other things, it's because we don't have state farms. If you have state farms to direct their energies to go and learn to drive tractors and other things and grow our grains and other things to make us rich, rather than using them as vigilantes. If they have bodies, you can use them in sports to make money. Today, Kudus is going for 55 million. So you, this macho men, if you have physical trainers for people like Kudus, as they earn the money, you also earn some. But if you allow yourself to be used as political vigilantes, it's your own pittance. That's what you want to do. So they don't look after you. They don't have any time for you. After they get power, they are looking at helping their daughters and other things. Obi baby sir, what was the occasion? It was Ablekumanov, 19 police stations reran. So what was the attention that our Kumsin wanted to seek? And then the deputy national organizer too, who was beaten, the man who was trying to raise tax, who was also beaten. What was his intention? What called for this violence at all? Just 19 police stations. What is this? So what was your intention? Was it to disrupt the process and then to make the person stay on longer or what? And then the results are out there. The Rabda are winning. The difference is clear. The people of Darko and Otate and other places have decided that yes.
But in the land, you're very busy. We'll be better on Cant say, try say. They
have decided. They have chosen who they want to lead. Mugabe, since 1996, the winning side seat in that. Much as we do, we change candidates, we bring new people, we don't win. With time, the MPP has become unpopular because the Omukawa to me yet. And time and tide has sold them out. Today is our 10, the rob lobby. As you take up the seat, it's a challenging mantle. This is the first time after 1992 or 1996 we are coming
92
back.
To 96.
Yes, that we won because they didn't go.
Sir,
so this is the time for you to show them the difference that the NDC makes with the MPP so that we keep the seat beyond the 8 years, beyond the many years that we want to do, so that we are able to bring development to the area. Yes.
I think say Yajini now.
Yajin West. Central. I think Central when I'm free from the 40 votes. Okay. And we say what court. Yeah, look at
the numbers that we have now. 184.
Yes, it's absolute majority. We don't need them. If they like, they shouldn't come every morning. They shouldn't come. They should go and drink tea. They can go and meet at Winneba. We don't care. They can go and sit on the sea. We don't care. Eh? They go and meet their guy there. The guy is a minority leader. He has mansions at the beach and other things. He has built, you made him a Ghana Water Company board chairman. He has plenty money. You make him ECG board chairman and then Road Fund board chairman. Small boy. He has not seen money before. So he has,
3 boards.
3 boards.
That's
yes. He couldn't be minister.
Majority leader.
And now look, yes, and majority. He went to undermine Chairman Sabun. So if let's go ask. He went to undermine him to take his position.
Yeah,
and he wants, and he has intentions to use the position he holds now to do other things. And that one, God will give us the energy to prevent him. Because Akufo Addo or train or pushing him, he comes to see that he's not consulted. He's always been consulted. He knows what is going on. In Torkonuu CEO Ablekumanof, Akufo Addo. Oh, I'm telling you.
No.
You don't know. You don't have evidence.
We try.
So you let me take it away.
Fantastic. Let's
I don't know about the catcher say or no the party. Let me recount because he showed his video and I've read his books. No, I know him very well.
We'll get to that, please.
Bogabi, I know him when he was campaigning in 1996. I know him. He came to Matayeko, he came to Worsen Hotel. It was coming to power that made them rich.
Funding for more ebebomo. Na onim me were problem with leaders inciting violence because as leaders we should rather baby ayedru na enye violence ne started with Sammy Awukumu our mokache supporters say munya wo mafun a mu fambom trim wo mafun ye license nanado buy nanado say all die be die. Na she baby aye bedru. And for me, I was expecting say when Bawumia spoke, he should rather tell his supporters say going into an election with violence is not good. They should back down. But for him to say they need a welfare fund. Na mukona mupra. Yede be hwemo. Hey, me ka kyeremo. Wuko na ye twa wonsa. Wuko na uluzi wonan. Ukona uluzi weni Bawumia welfare fund no oh yi nani ma oh yi ni sam ma enti mo advice me I'm against violence.
No.
Because I have been a victim of election violence twice and I can tell you that is not a good thing. Nyame na ji ye film enti I will not stand for any leader, let alone obi awadi vice president that or person the president.
Please cancel.
Enti for me no side no kind nyanse nim. They will set up the fund. But will the fund bring back your leg when you lose it in a fight? Will the fund bring back your hand when you lose it in a fight? Will the fund bring back your eyes? What did they make an say? And I meet lawyer Obri Yeboaso. Obri bro have a guy. So or lawyer. And Nyamana or Kanuna and to assume. Or say MPP4 and share or foot soldiers ni yi. Enunti na Delta Force for Oma disband no. Na law bi na yede nanado mu pass say they should dismantle all vigilante groups no. Sa law na nanado mu pass ye no mo anya ade no ne host na eka. Na me feel say if you have the platform as a journalist now you hoster, you should be preaching peace rather than asking why vigilante groups have been disbanded and why they were not on duty to fight during the by-election. It's very sad. And most of the time, the MPP incites the violence, then they go and hide, and then they point fingers at NDC that, NDC for I pay to trust them. So I'm telling my NDC people, you have to speak up, speak for yourself, and let people know, say violence, and we don't start it. They are the ones who are inciting violence. Miracles Abuaji is on record as saying that Okwa Akwetiana obi approaching na obebo ni panasum. Wo body anye. Ye bo wakwa ubeko over the bar. Is you are inciting violence. Oh, so they incite the violence, and when the election started, I saw a lot of the MPP bigwigs, including their third vice chairman or something, a Muslim guy or not now or something. Big guy. But he was inciting. They even went with some blue army ready to fight. And see, if you go into an election ready to fight, now who are you to blame? Then why are you now pointing fingers at government? Say, yabumu. As an upon election starting, you know. I'm not lying to you. All the videos I saw, they were of MPP people saying, say, do or die.
Who called for it?
They called for it.
Oh, you call for it.
They called for it. And see, the MPP leaders, no, what they are doing right now is blaming themselves for disbanding Delta Force and for not taking good care of Bakuno Delta Force, invisible forces. And see, as Omwenu who said they didn't take care of the boys, and see, they are going to find a way to bring them back. Bawumia is promising them that he's going to put a welfare fund. Welfare fund can pay your hospital bills. It won't bring back your leg. Because going into 20 and you see this thing has fostered for so long and it's getting worse by the day. Look at 19 polling stations. And look at what happened. 19. So imagine say a whole constituency say any war, election.
Call a polling station so we observe us as a leading member of the party, former MP, former minister. What the paper speak where I didn't be
and no babedu hono. Wo how akunsi. July 2020 during registration and numpo and the election no. Registration a year church or new voters din. What the two ekoye. She did not just take the gun. She fired the gun. Nothing happened to her. And if a minister of state and an MP is able to take a gun to a registration center, who feels so what do you want them to do? As leaders, we should be able to lead by example. We should let people know, say, look, me as a leader, no, I can't do it. The law must also deal with you. Mugabe, I feel say we should look at reforms. Everybody, the laws are already in the law books. But special punishment must be given to people who engage in these things, election violence. In 2020, 8 lives were lost. 8 lives, including a 13-year-old. Wow. And even in Hawa Kumsi's constituency this year, her men shot one person. The person has still not gotten justice. Hawa Kumsi and the boys have not paid for for killing that boy.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.